Story time about how I got caught skipping school almost every day of my senior year. So our school had just started this new thing where you fill out all your contact information online. And my dad was like, okay, yeah, just fill yours out. And it pretty much was who can pick you up, who can make early dismissals for you, who they can call if you're in trouble. Well, I decided to be a sneaky little bastard and put my boyfriend in for every single one of those contacts. I would start school around 7:30 a.m. and I would go to the nurse's office at like 9 a.m. and she would call and my boyfriend would act like my dad and be like, okay, yeah, just let her drive home. Well, my guidance counselor noticed after about 3 months of me never being at school. So she called the number hoping to speak to my dad. But instead she got my boyfriend. And he just thought it was a random person, so he didn't act like my dad. Because neither of us knew. Like for part 2. Okay, part 2. Okay, so pretty much what happened after that is she called and like she found out that it wasn't my dad. And then she went digging and like she like called my sister to the office and she was like, what's your dad's phone number? And my sister was like, why? Like, don't you guys have it already? And I also put the same numbers for my sisters so that way in case this day came, then, you know, it wouldn't look suspicious. Well, I don't know what she threatened my sister with, but she scared the hell out of her, so she gave her my dad's number. And so my sister told me whenever she got home, so I went to school the next day. And it was like a surprise party whenever I walked in the office. The dean was there, the principal was there, and my guidance counselor. So I got in trouble and then they were like, oh, we're calling your dad. So what did I do? I left before they called him.
I'm going to tell you guys about the time that my entire class teamed up to take my teacher down. And by down, I mean fired, which is terrible, but... And to be clear, I wasn't involved in the incident. I was just asked in to be a witness along with the rest of the class. If you're not interested at this point, like, I don't even know. So when I was in 6th grade, I had this teacher called Mr. W. We're going to call him Mr. W. He was our science teacher. And he was fine. He wasn't, like, amazing or bad. He was just okay. He did smell, like, really, really bad. But again, that didn't affect his teaching at all. One day, however, I don't even know how this happened. He asked us all to get started on our work. He was a little irritated that day. I don't even remember why. One of the girls in our class, her name was Summer. She didn't have her workbook. Mr. W asked her where her work was. I didn't bring it today. They started arguing. The rest of the class was kind of silent, just watching this. She's a nice girl. She wasn't attacking him or anything. He did, however, get very angry. So angry, in fact, that he grabbed his binder and threw it across the room over her head. It just barely skipped her head and slammed on the floor. This wasn't like an empty binder from the dollar store. It was a teacher binder full of work. We were all silent. Summer stopped talking. Look for part 2 to find out what happens. Okay, this is part 2 of my teacher almost getting fired. After that whole incident, my class was dead silent for the rest of the period. We then all went to lunch. None of us really talked about it, but then all of a sudden a woman came up to us. We were all kind of sitting around the same table. This woman, I guess she was administration. I have no idea who she was. I think what had happened was a bunch of students had reported him. She asked us all from Mr. W's class to follow her. I don't remember if this was the same day or the following day, but she asked us to follow her into an empty classroom. I think it was used for testing. She had us all sit around the table and recount the incident to the best of our ability. Summer was there. What she wanted to know was basically, did Mr. W throw that binder at Summer? And we all recounted it basically the same, but at the end of the day, we all said yes. But eventually they let us all go. The following day, Mr. W was really sad. Barely spoke to us, barely did anything. He was passing out some work. He looked at Summer and said, Summer, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw that binder at you. His voice sounded like he was about to break. But we did have him as our teacher for the rest of the year, so no, he wasn't actually fired. But I do think Summer was terrified to speak up for the rest of that year. And the rest of us kind of didn't want to be in that class anymore. Yeah.
Hi. So we just wanted to talk to you about something. So I opened up all of my birthday presents and everyone gave me a beautiful gift. But when I got to your envelope, I opened it up and to be honest, I kind of expected like a $5 bill or a gift card to slip out, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, and since I'm her best friend,
Yeah.
I know exactly what she likes. So I got her some Skittles, which is her favorite candy.
Yeah.
But I also got her an American Girl doll set and a $15 Starbucks gift card that I put in the card. So I was just wondering, like, are you poor or?
Stop, Becky, that's mean.
Sorry.
But like, as friends, we give each other gifts, which is what we expected from you. So from now on, you're not ever invited to any of our birthday parties ever again.
Yeah, because she's my bestie and I take her feelings very seriously.
Yeah,
so...
and we give each other gifts.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I went to the American Girl store in New York, and we got 2 new dolls. The back of my house. When we have our sleepover, I'll show you. Susie, what are you doing here? No, we already went through this. Your doll is fake. No, you see how this American Girl doll, this is an American Girl doll. See how it looks exactly like me? See how we look exactly alike? We're so pretty. Yeah. And you see how our hair is the exact same? Yeah. It's not. What do you mean our hair isn't the exact same? Of course it is. She had a perm, okay? I don't want to damage my hair. She can do what she wants to do, okay? Gosh. Anyways. Your doll is from Target, okay? You need to go to the American Girl doll store and get a real doll. No, it's not real. I'm looking at it. The eyes aren't even the same. And it doesn't have real human hair. Real human American hair. No, it doesn't. It's fake. It's Barbie doll hair. Amateurs. They're all amateurs, guys.
Yes, I hit you. Yes, I did. Fall back. Oh no. You've been hit in the head by a ray of darkness from a Cat Clan member? You want to go to the nurse's office? No, we will not. Pause. This isn't a game. The Wolf Clan is a lifestyle. And if you can't get past one minor injury due to a hit in the head by a rock, then you're not one of us. And I'll have to demote you to a hunter wolf instead of a warrior. You want to keep fighting? That's what I thought. Here, take this bundle of healing made by one of our potion makers, and you'll feel better. Make sure you eat the grass side up first for extra nutrients. Quick, Fireblaze, hand me the grass blade of calling to call upon our fellow allies in this time of need. The Cat Clan, they won't know what hit them.
I was in the 3rd grade. People treated me like a criminal because I killed somebody.
Now a cowboy needs a hat, needs a hat, needs a hat, and a pair of fancy boots, fancy boots, fancy boots.
I was in the 3rd grade. People treated me like a criminal because I killed somebody.
You can take a small bite. Just bite the corner like this. You see? Just bite it. Gentle.